You either love group projects or you hate them. Since you're watching this video, I'm assuming you hate them. But either way, you'll walk away with something beneficial from this video, hopefully. Hello there, welcome back to the college route. If you're new here, my name is Sharaf and I'm a software engineering student, and on this channel we discover new strategies and tools to make our college life more productive, healthier, and hopefully happier. Group projects are great so that you can actually get a hands-on experience on how it's like to work at a company or with other people on anything really. It's not just a company, even researching with other researchers. It's just great to learn how to work with other people, which isn't the most favorable thing for many people, including me. Like, I would prefer doing things myself. But sometimes you have to learn how to work with other people. It's especially challenging in college because you're working with other students that might not be as interested as you in the task. So let me give you my 5 tips. Number 1 is taking time while choosing your team members or choosing the team that you'll join. This will depend on your university or your class. Sometimes they do it random, so you just stuck with random people, but sometimes they give you the chance to vet people or to choose the people that you want to work with. In that case, take your time, choose the people that you want to work with carefully. You can reach out to different people that you might see. Right now we have online school, so you might not know as many people, but you can reach out to people. Just set up a 5 minutes call, just like you are starting a new startup or new business with new partners. So you have to have a call to get to know each other, and in that call just get to know each other and then set the expectations for that project so that you know that these people are going to work with you instead of just relying on you to do all the work. My second tip will be to set different deadlines. Don't just set one deadline for the final project. This is what I see many students do, is that when they are planning for their projects, they just set the final deadline and that's it. The problem is when you're working with different people, sometimes you depend on each other, depending on the project, of course. For example, student B can't finish his work unless student A finishes his work. In that case, you have to set different deadlines for different people. And I would suggest that you watch a video or learn about the Waterfall framework or working framework or the Agile framework. These are mostly done in software engineering, where I come from, but I see they can be applied to any project. They can facilitate how you work with other people, especially if you have a project that has 4+ people. If you're just by yourself or have just one other member, you can figure it out much more easier. My third tip is to communicate early in the semester with your project members. What I see happening usually is that the project members don't really communicate until you're very close to the deadline where you have to present your project, and that's where everything just lights on fire. At the beginning of the semester, you have a lot of free time usually, so use that free time to communicate, set the deadlines as I said, and start working, and then have some meetings, maybe bi-weekly meetings or maybe even just every 3 weeks or 4 weeks, to check up on what everyone is doing and see if someone is maybe needs some help or doesn't need help but isn't doing his part. So check up on each other every once in a while, not just by the end of the semester. The last 2 tips are going to be about bad team members, and it's bound to happen. So the 4th tip is going to be talk to your professor. If you talk to a member at the beginning of the project, maybe they said things but they didn't apply them. They said they were going to work but didn't, or maybe you were just in that team, you were forced to choose those members and you're stuck. They're not doing their part. the deadline is close and they don't want to do their part. Maybe you talk to them a couple of times and nothing. In that case, you have to speak to your professor. You don't have to say their names, or maybe you can, but just ask him or her what you should do. What should you do in that situation? Most professors will ask you to add a percentage, which is the fifth tip. Most professors will say add a percentage to your report, like the percentage of contribution for each member, how much they contributed to that project. Some professors just don't care. In that case, you might have to do all the work yourself. And that's why I said communicate early, so that if someone doesn't do their part, but you are responsible on that part as well, then you might have to do it yourself. That sucks, but at least you're getting your mark, even though that sucks. That sucks. Talk to your advisor on how to approach that as well. And fifth, I already talked about it, adding a percentage of how much each person contributed to that project. I'd say add this if you think that certain members contributed more than other members, and be honest, if some other member contributed more than you did, maybe add that, maybe give them more percentage, even if you are the team leader. Well, I don't think many people are going to take that advice, but I just want to throw that out there. Some people are too shy to get what they deserve. It's their right. They contributed more, but only do that if other members didn't do their part, and that's why they did it. Maybe some people will just do the whole project without you even asking them to do. In that case, it's not fair. As I said, communicate often and just distribute your roles in the beginning with different deadlines. If someone does the whole project, it's their problem, unless the other members didn't do it. Hopefully you got something from this video. If you like this video, you'll probably like other videos in this channel, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.